Biggest mistake people try to make is trying to make sales without knowing how to try to make sales. Meaning, if you try to go out without knowing how to make sales, that means you're spending a lot of time and effort. This is assuming you can even attract leads. You're spending a lot of conversations and a lot of time, a lot of energy, not generating any revenue. But you're giving good advice though. Let me know if this is you. You're giving good advice, you're having conversations, people are talking to you, people are saying, oh my God, this is amazing. You've helped me so much in this topic, in this area. I'm so grateful, I'm so thankful, but nobody's paying money. Why? It's because you got to know how to have a professional conversation, how to have an influence, a leadership-based conversation with somebody so they know at the end of it they will pay. When you go meet with your doctor, you know that it's not going to be a free visit. You know you're going to have to pay something, right? Same thing. But a lot of times we get caught up in people just picking up the phone whenever we want, or we get caught up in, oh, I need to help this person, or it just I can just give out away the advice so freely and it's so easy that we get caught up in a cycle of giving away free content and free coaching and never monetizing it. Culture Playbook fam, what is good? Good to see y'all. We here in the building. We back for another Mentorship Monday, and I hope y'all excited. Go ahead and put excited in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Give this some like, give this some love, and I hope you ready. Hope you excited. I had a lot of fun time. A lot of y'all see me out in the videos, in the trainings. I mean, in the out in Dubai. So that was a phenomenal time. Really had a good time out there, and it's just a blessing. You know, ATV rides, swim in the deepest pool. The world's deepest pool is out there. It's called Deep Dive Dubai. So they got like a little underwater lost city, and you know, it's a blessing. Flew my wife out there. And, you know, coming from the hood and coming from where I come from, it's just like, it's certain, you don't ever get a chance to think that you have opportunities to be able to do that. And not just have an opportunity to be able to leave and to travel like that, but to be able to do it, most importantly, off the blood, sweat, and tears off your own efforts, right? Because there's some people who get a chance to travel, but they don't get a chance to travel off of something that they built. Something that could be, the rug could get snatched away from them at any time. You're working at a job, you know, get snatched from you at any time. I mean, the last job that I had, I saw the sign, so I was able to save up the money, but the last job that I had, they let me go right as my son was being born. Crazy, right? Right? Having an opportunity, but because I've saw the signs and because I put in the work and because I've learned and trained and I was able to make sales, which is what we're going to be talking about today. That put me in an opportunity, that put me in a position where I've been able to. I didn't have to go back to a job since. Right? A lot of us, if you lost your job today, would you be in a position right now where you feel comfortable going full time in your business? Most folks that I speak to, the answer is no. Why is that? So we're going to solve that answer. How do you think, based on you knowing me or my based on me really being in this, in the type of people that I want to help, is the type of person who's just trying to come in and make a couple quick dollars, does that seem like the type of person that will be a great fit for this program and a great fit for me to work with? You don't have to be a rocket science, or you don't have to be in this group for a long time to realize that I want to work with people who are really about this life. Really about helping, really about serving, really about teaching and training and coaching and helping bring the world to a better place in whatever your prospective niche is. So this is not an opportunity just to where you're just coming in, you get a couple quick dollars, and then you out to crypto, you out to the next thing that is shiny, right? Because we put a lot of time, and when you work with us, like I put a lot of time and energy into you. Right, I put the resources behind you. Like we give you everything you need to succeed. You know what I mean? And we don't do that just to have somebody come in, make a couple dollars, use the system, and then just leave. We want people who are in this for the long term. We like to build long-term relationships. You feel what I'm saying? So just based on my morals and my values and principles, they weren't a good fit based on the type of people that we're looking and the culture that we're looking to create within the program. If that makes sense, go ahead and put that makes sense. Go ahead and drop that makes sense in the chat, right? And give this some likes too. Give this some likes, because this is like, these are things that really just help take me to the next level. I'm like, oh, okay, it makes sense now on why early on when I was bringing people in, it was like I wasn't necessarily attracting the right people, and that was because I wasn't really taking this step of qualification seriously. So big things that I've learned. All right, so good, Tiana, good, Rodney, Tiesha, yep, Taisha, good. So I'm glad y'all learned a lot. So that's the first thing, right? Is qualification. So when you're having these consultation and strategy calls, you should have a set of questions that you ask to really understand the person who's coming in. If they're a good fit, it might be around their goals, it might be around their challenges, right? The one guy told me his challenge was to try to build the podcast. Well, obviously that challenge didn't match the challenge that I was going to help him with inside the program. That's why you ask certain questions to really be able to get what is somebody trying to get to, or what are they trying to achieve. Okay, so that's the very first thing. So that's the first thing when you're having the call. The second thing, write this down. You want to focus on recommendation. So once you ask and you get your qualification questions out, and you know the person, and you know the goals, and you know the challenges, and you know the intentions, now you get to the recommendation part of the call. The recommendation part of the call is about giving them the advice. This is the part where this is the part everybody love. Everybody love this. This is the part where you get the chance to coach and train and teach, and you get a chance to tell them, your evaluation and your opinion on what they should be able to do and the direction that they should take, whatever their situation is, for whatever the niche is. So this is the part where you get a chance to do that. I don't want you to go crazy, so don't go crazy with this, right? Meaning you're going to spend the next 30 minutes training and teaching and coaching. No, right? You do it for a few minutes, but the thing is, they just told you everything that they're going through, all the problems, all the challenges, what they need, what their goals are, long-term, short-term, everything, right? Their intentions, why, everything, right? Once you have that information, it is our fiduciary responsibility to be able to say, okay, based on everything that you just told me, this is going to be my recommendation. This is how I would approach it based on our system and based on our tool. And now it's your opportunity to really walk through your system, walk through your tool. If you don't know what your system is yet, I'll give you some ideas behind it. You can ask a question, right? But that's what I coach people on, right? It's creating their own system, creating their own methodology, their own pathway to success, that any one of their clients who joins could just follow their blueprint. So I help other people create their own playbook, so to speak, right? We have a playbook, but I help you create your own playbook, right? For your niche. So, but you want to be able to give your recommendations, right? So you say, okay, well, based on this, what I would recommend is this, that, and the third. You say your goal is this, so I would approach it like this. This is how we will work together. These will be the things that we'll work on. And this is your opportunity to shine. It's your opportunity to really share your evaluation and share what you feel like needs to happen. All right. And then you coach them on that part. What that's going to do on the call is that's really going to share with them, like, wow, you know what? This person really understands, right? Taisha really understands specifically what I need to do in order to take my business, or to take my X to the next level, take this challenge, this thing to the next level. You know what I mean? So you want to be able to show that, because now in their mind, this person listens. This person really understands me. This person knows what I want. And this person has given me relevant guidance in terms of the exact thing that I need that fits exactly what I just told them. And that is how you know you're in a good space, when you're on a call where you can provide recommendations and solutions and help to somebody based on exactly what they told you. Go ahead and put love in this in the chat. Put love in this in the chat. I promise you, these are things that I've learned over the years, but once I got it, it's made me hundreds of thousands of dollars following this process. And I'm giving it to y'all just because y'all here, y'all part of the group. I'm giving it to you. Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of information, right? Because these are things that I learned, right? I learned. What I used to do when I got on calls, I used to just get on a call and just blab and just talk. So I used to get on a call with somebody, not really understand the person, not really understanding what they need on a deep level. And all I would try to do is, because of my own insecurity and because of me thinking, oh, I have to demonstrate to this person everything that I know, so I look smart and they feel like, oh, I need to hire this person. Right? So as a result, I made the mistake of getting on calls and just talking. Oh, you should do this, do that, do this, do that. Right? And I used to talk. And we'll get to the end of the call and they said, cool, this is great. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of things to think about. And all right, cool. I'll call you later. I'll talk to you later. I'll keep you updated, or you feel what I'm saying, or maybe later, or not the right time, right? And I used to, I never understood why. It's because I didn't have this process. All right. So those are the first two. So we got qualification, we got recommendation. This is the part where everybody get excited about. This is your methodology. This is your framework. This is your blueprint. This is your playbook. This is you teaching people what they actually need to do to make progress based on what they just told you. It should literally fit like a hand in a glove. If the solution you're providing does not match what they just told you, they're gonna feel a conflict that I don't know if this is right for me. Biggest challenge a lot of folks have is not really knowing how to present what they have, right? It's not being clear on what are people actually getting when they work with me. What does that really look like? So if you're not clear on your program, or you're not clear on what people are getting, or you're not clear on your curriculum, it will be harder to have a conversation with somebody because you don't know what they're getting. You don't know the deliverables they're getting. You're unsure how long we're going to be working together. You keep back, you swaying on the price, so you're not really confident on how much you're even going to charge. What are they really going to get? What's the out? You're kind of fuzzy on the outcome. You're kind of fuzzy on, well, who's this program really for? You feel what I'm saying? So if you have so much confusion in your mind, then your client, your potential client, is going to be confused times 10. They're going to be confused because the owner is confused. So if you're confused, they're going to be more confused. They're not going to have more clarity than you on your own program. They're going to be more confused. So it's this is why you do the work ahead of time, so you know exactly what your program is, what you're helping people with, what the curriculum is, what they're getting, what the deliverables are, the price, everything. Once you have all of that, then by the time you get on a call, you can have a professional conversation in a very clear way, in a very succinct way, in a very simple way. You can really present what you have. And this is the presentation side of it. So when we say present, that's presenting your program. Because once you get to a point where you give them the recommendation, what are they going to be hungry for? They're going to be hungry to tackle the issue. They're going to say, okay, I get the blueprint, I get the play that you just gave me to run so I can get better results in this area. Okay, well, how do I do that? That is where you present what you have, and you say that, this is my program, such and such, and then you present what you have. You present the features, you present the program, and you really show them specifically how to achieve what you told them was possible, or what they needed to do through your program. And we'll talk more about this, especially, should we have an opportunity to work together at some point. I'll really break down what does it actually look like to do that. How do you match up the elements of your program with the things that you've said that you can help people with? How do you match that up? Because once there's a one-on-one match, there's people, it'll make so much sense. They'll feel silly saying no. It's like there's no way you can say no. Exactly what you need, exactly what they need, and the exact recommendation that they want, and they know they need, matches up exactly with what you provide in the program. It only makes logical sense to say yes. Right? So I'll teach you and I'll train you more on this, but just realize that the presentation side of it, the number one mistake I see coaches make when they're trying to generate sales consistently is not having a clear understanding of what they're providing people and the result that somebody's going to get working with them. The number one thing I see when it comes to making sales consistently. They just don't know. They're so sway. I can't, it's hard for me to niche it in. I don't, what am I really offering? I don't know what my program is. What am I really offering them? What is the price? I'm thinking about this. So you're on a call and you're so all over the place. It's coming across and they're like, okay, it doesn't really look like they've even processed this, right? So you want to make sure that we focus on the presentation side of it, and you understanding what are you getting. Okay, this is what it looks like. We get A, B, C, D. This is what it comes with. This is how we're going to be working together. This is what this is include. This is what this looks like for what's included. This is what it comes with. Like, this is what the price looks like. So you have to be able to be very clear and succinct in terms of saying that. And if you need help with it, obviously, hello, my name is Terrell Jones. This is what